So, in keeping with my sort of mobilized political kind of state that I'm in, I'm going to the Brooklyn Public Library to see Slavoj Zizek, the Elvis of philosophy, talk about the refugee crisis in Europe. And I don't see how he can avoid talking about Trump, considering it just happened, less than a week ago. So, be interesting to see.
First, this absolute liberal scare of Trump is part of this liberal blackmail. We are the only chance. No, the election was screwed up the moment Hillary got rid of Bernie Sanders, and it was a mega catastrophic mistake to think that she has to move more to the center. What she didn't take into account that a very strong percentage of Trump votes, as far as I can judge, were people who were genuinely sustained by some kind of abstract, of course, not directly leftist, but nonetheless anti-establishment rage. So that Hillary's politics enabled them to sustain the vision that the only anti-establishment candidate is Trump, and also many Sanders voters were disappointed. I think that if Hillary were to take the risk to move a little bit more to the left, then she would have had much greater chances to get even some of the Trump vote.
Actually, if you look at the Democrat platform, it was one of the most progressive Democrat platforms that anyone has fought on.
Yeah, but it's very contradictory. Be serious. I mean, look at the end how even the Cold Warriors like Paul Wolfowitz and so on, they all went to Hillary basically and so on. Hillary is the Cold War. It's much more when they say, "Oh, Trump is a madman, new atomic war." I fear much more Hillary here.
Okay, well, we don't have Hillary, we have Trump, so the madman is in charge, and
yeah, but he is not a direct madman. I see him, I will put it like this, I see him as a disgusting, almost subhuman, not totally subhuman, as I wrote.
You're sounding like a terrible latte drinking liberal there.
No. No, I totally agree with you here, what you are implying, that if I hate something, is this liberal, as in front of a snake, total fear, Trump, and so on. Let's be brutally, coldly realistic. Trump is an absolutely disgusting opportunist. He is obviously now looking for his way. As I already mentioned, I think, did you notice, in last 3 days, if I follow the media correctly, he changed 3 times his position of first it is a wall, then it's not a wall, then it's just a fence, and so on, and then no Obamacare, then there are some good elements in Obamacare. But he was always doing this. At some point, he said we should have more understanding for Palestinians. Then, the Zionist backlash, 2 days later, he said Jerusalem is the eternal capital of Israel. I don't fear Trump, I fear much more all those Republicans for whom Trump was too much are now, the Trump is power, coming back, and I fear of their influence on Trump's politics. I think, nonetheless, that's my big fear. Of course, what I was afraid, and I must say, I'm not kidding, that I was, let's put it, slightly surprised with Trump's victory. No? I was afraid I already could have heard those signs of relief. Oh my God, the worst is over, and so on. No, I sincerely think that all humanity is slowly approaching some abyss. Ecology, new racial tensions, what will happen in economy. Capitalism is approaching clearly a limit. Now everybody knows it. Look at the problems of intellectual property, cooperative commons, and so on. And these points are extremely dangerous. And what I was so afraid of in Hillary's position was this. Okay, we are not as bad as Trump, we played safely. No, that's not enough. We need a brutal awakening. So I'm sincerely ready to apologize. Maybe I'm well aware of all those horrors around Trump, even more than all those, how do you call them, white supremacists and so on.
I mean, but you're making the calculation that for you, this is the better route, and I'm saying, you know, you're getting other people to do your revolutionary dirty work because you won't be at the front of the lines.
Wait, okay, I will put it like this. It will sound ironic, but I mean it pretty literally. You can apply this criticism to all revolutionaries. You know that Lenin was ever really risking his life? No, he was in safety in Switzerland. You know, what was Marx doing when there was Paris Commune? He went on a first-class train to Karlsbad, and so on. But it's very interesting how this works. You know how all of a sudden, the more some crazy left-wingers claim that I don't know, there are even truths like I'm obviously CIA agent, yeah, Trump of theory, yeah, no longer Elvis of theory, but Trump of theory. Okay, but I'm almost tempted to say cynically, if I'm Trump of theory, where are my billions, my God? You know what I mean? And more excluded. All of a sudden, the liberalism of liberals ended. They claimed no debate with me, it's a shame that such a text was even published, and so on and so on. So don't, how should I put it? I like this ingenious new concept by the great American intellectual George Bush. You know, when he said, don't misunderestimate. You know, like, I am a problem for all, and you know why I can endure it? Because I'm old enough, I have this relatively safe job in London, in my country, so I don't care, I'm free.
I think is outrageous and very dangerous. Nothing communist or revolutionary about it. And I feel this is a moment, I'm speaking to the panel and to everyone here, that we have to, in the name of humanity, refuse to accept a fascist America with horrendous impact, not just for black and brown people and immigrants and women here, but for billions of people around the world. I think this is a moment we have to stay in the streets. We have to keep resisting. I encourage, some of you may have got the flyer. I encourage everyone to get this. I encourage people to go to Revolution Books or revcom.us, get into this. And you can go to the website, there's more information on this. You know, I'm sorry, I'm being brief. This is a moment, I'm gonna be brief, just let me finish. I think this is a moment. I know you did, I'm appealing to the chair.
Make your point and
I will do that. Come talk to me, and the reason I mention in the website is because there is a deep analysis of where this fascism comes from that Bob Avakian's brought forward, as well as a new communism and a strategy for a real revolution. But again, we have to come together to resist and stop this. Thank you.
Okay, I would love to answer to this. But something is absolutely missing in what you said. Even if you belong to Bob Awaken, you have spoken now as a liberal in despair. Oh my God, catastrophe happens. No, Trump is a symptom. He is a symptom of what is wrong with Hillary, with Democratic Party. Our first act should be, what did we do? Not this moral satisfaction, horror, horror, horror. What did we do wrong? We, the moderate left, and so on. If we don't do this, you will get another chance. Maybe even more. Second thing. You know, again, I wrote this, Trump is a scum, whatever you want, but be careful with these big words. If you want to be a Marxist, you should avoid this, I get this leftist, with some leftist attitude, or you see something disgusting emerging, and without proper analysis, which I didn't see, you simply use the old, as the Germans say, Schimpfwort, no? Like, oh, fascism, fascism. No, it's not simply the old fascism. It's some horror that we may even call democratic fascism. The new right is so perverse. For example, do you know that in Netherlands, there were even racists who were anti-immigrant racists who were almost left-wing multicultural racists. Like, do you remember that guy Pim Fortuyn in Denmark, who was absolutely anti-immigrant, but his anti-immigration was based on, in a disgusting way, I don't support him, on tolerance, he was himself gay, and so on.
We have a lot of that on the outright here. There's the language of identity politics is absolutely part of the political rhetoric of the right here now.
Yeah, so I think that I agree with you. We should keep the emergency state. But the first task here is to ask, what did we do wrong? That's for me so crucial. If we don't do this, we will just, even if in the next elections Democrats win, we will just slowly be approaching the catastrophe. So my point is not, no, Trump is not so bad, and so on and so on. My point is that the danger should not, okay, I'll put it this way, Trump is the symptom. So if you just fight Trump, you do what doctors call symptomal healing, you know. For example, you have some disease and you feel pain. Okay, you take a pill so that you will not feel pain, but you don't cure the disease. And this, I want
This is a plea for a structural analysis of which Trump is a sort of epiphenomenon of something.
But in a way, what is going on now is the breakdown of the mechanism of manufacturing consent. Mother here in the room, look at these two faces. Would you allow your daughter to go to cinema with any of these?